Have you ever wondered why you keep getting hurt by the same person over and over? Let me tell you a story. There was once a woman named Clara. She had a friend, Jane, who'd borrow money and vanish for months. Each time Jane returned, she'd apologize with tears, promising to change. Clara, kind-hearted, always forgave her. But one day, after lending Jane rent money, Clara found herself evicted. Jane disappeared again, leaving Clara homeless. When I asked Clara why she kept giving second chances, she whispered, "I thought love meant never giving up on people." But here's the truth. Clara learned too late. Not everyone deserves a second chance. And sometimes, walking away is the bravest act of self-respect you'll ever commit. Let me ask you, how many times have you excused someone's cruelty, laziness, or betrayal because you believed in their potential? How many times have you confused kindness with weakness, forgiveness with surrender? This isn't about grudges, it's about wisdom. It's about recognizing that not all people are capable of change, and that you are not obligated to bleed yourself dry for those who refuse to heal. Imagine a gardener who keeps replanting a dead tree, hoping it'll bloom. Seasons pass. The tree rots, poisoning the soil. The gardener's other plants wither. Does this make the gardener noble or foolish? People are like that tree. Some are rooted in patterns they'll never break. The co-worker who takes credit for your ideas. The partner who lies habitually. The family member who manipulates your guilt. Giving them endless chances doesn't make you virtuous. It makes you complicit in your own suffering. Discernment is seeing clearly. Can this person change? Or am I clinging to a fantasy? A man I once knew spent years rebuilding trust with his brother who'd stolen from him. After the fifth betrayal, he finally said, "I love you, but I no longer trust you." That boundary didn't end their relationship. It saved it. The brother, shocked, sought help. Sometimes, losing your access to someone is the wake-up call they need. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you sign a contract. This is acceptable. Think of Rosa, a teacher whose students mocked her relentlessly. She laughed it off, fearing confrontation. But the jeers grew louder. One day, a student stood up and said, "Why do you let them treat you like this?" Rosa realized her silence wasn't kindness, it was permission. The next day, she dismissed 2 students from class. The room fell silent. By refusing to tolerate cruelty, Rosa taught them accountability. The mocking stopped. When you stop giving second chances, you declare, "I value myself too much to be your training ground." We're told to forgive and forget. But what if remembering is the key to survival? A young entrepreneur once partnered with a mentor who promised to fund her startup. Twice, he vanished with her ideas. When he returned, begging for a third chance, she said no. Months later, she discovered he'd scammed dozens of others. Her refusal to rebuild that bridge saved her life's work. Some relationships are prisons. Walking away isn't failure, it's freedom. We live in a world that glorifies unconditional love. Social media praises those who forgive public betrayals. But ask yourself, when did self-sacrifice become a virtue? When did setting boundaries become selfish? The truth is, toxic relationships are epidemics. They drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and shrink your spirit. Every minute spent on someone who doesn't respect you is a minute stolen from those who do. Here's what you can do today. First, stand in front of a mirror. Say aloud, "My peace is non-negotiable." Repeat it until your reflection believes it. Write down 3 behaviors you will never tolerate again. Burn the list. Let the smoke remind you some things are meant to be released, not carried. Second, next time someone hurts you, wait 24 hours before responding. Use that time to ask, has this person earned the right to my energy? If the answer is no, say nothing. Silence speaks louder than anger. Third, place an empty chair in your room. Sit facing it. Imagine the person who wronged you sitting there. Say, "I release you," not because you don't matter, but because I do. Walk away. Do not look back. You were not born to be a martyr. You were born to thrive. Every time you withhold a second chance, you aren't being cruel. You're being fair. To yourself, to those who truly love you, to the future you deserve. So let me leave you with this. What would your life look like if you stopped pouring your love into cups with holes? What if, instead, you drank from your own well? The world needs you whole, not broken, not exhausted, not begging for crumbs from those who've already shown you their emptiness. It's time to close the door and walk unshackled into your light. Until next time, remember to live a virtuous life, find inner peace, and embrace the present moment.